Yeah, they were a single chip afterwards.
So where you at now?
Brand new. What up, YouTube? Ed coming back with a Philly show recap for Saturday. Got there as soon as the doors opened at 9 o'clock in the morning. Very, very glad I got there early. It was very, very crowded today. By the time I left at noon, there was a line all the way out the door and pretty much down the street to the next hall. So the Philly show is held at the Greater Oaks Convention Center. They're separate halls, and they moved the Philly show to Hall B, which is bigger. It's usually in Hall A. And overall, just had a really good time. Was walking around with Reese, ND Card Ranger, and also was hanging out with Mike O. Both of us got there around the same time and made a couple purchases. Spent my money pretty quickly. Was there for 3.5 hours. Didn't really go through many of the value boxes, even though I had the opportunity to do so. Just made a couple key purchases and just didn't feel like spending any more money. But dealers were very super aggressive in making deals. There was a couple cards that I really wish I had a little bit of more money on me, in particular, because there was one card that was stickered for $600. The dealer instantly, when he heard me talking about the card with Reese, me and Reese were discussing how that was a pretty decent deal for that card. He instantly took off $200, and when the dealer was that aggressive to make that type of deal, I feel like he would have probably have gone more. But I already made my big purchases and wasn't really looking to make another big addition. But got a lot of great stuff and really happy to show it off. So the first card I'm going to show off is actually a gift from Reese, ND Card Ranger. Reese, greatly appreciate this. This really made my show. This is a 1993 Leaf Baseball in-person autograph of Curt Schilling. So if you guys been watching my channel, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm trying to put together the Philly set for the 1993 Leaf Baseball set, all autographed. Already got a couple of them PSA DNA slabbed. Curt Schilling is definitely the toughest one out of the bunch. I would say the other two tough ones are Lenny Dykstra and Terry Mulholland. But Curt is definitely the most expensive one out of the batch. So to get this, definitely going to send this off to get a PSA DNA slabbed. But just really awesome. Beautiful blue signature. So thank you so much, Reese. Greatly appreciate that. And it was awesome walking around the show with you. Just talk about the hobby, talk about life, family, and all the Philly sports shenanigans. So the big purchase that I made, and I'll start in the order that I bought things. When I first was walking around the show, I got there before Reese and I got there before Mike. And one of these dealers had an autograph that just really caught my attention. And what it was autographed on really spoke to me. So it was signed in black. I went around the room for another 30 minutes and I just could not stop thinking about this particular piece. So I came back. It was priced really good. It was priced for $200. I came back, started talking with the dealer, and he actually had another one signed in blue. So asked him what his best price was. He said it was priced to sell and he didn't really have much room on it, but he would go to $180. Couldn't say the word sold fast enough. So this is a PSA DNA certified autograph. It is technically a photograph of Willie Mays. And these are on the, I feel like it's more of a postcard than a photograph, but these are the promotional pieces that they gave out at Bally's Atlantic City back in the 80s when Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle used to do card shows in Atlantic City. They were on the circuits there a lot during the 80s, signing in-person autographs at these card shows, and Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle were a staple at these shows. And these were the promotional pieces that they would sign. You pay them $8 to $10 and they would sign this. Now it's dual certified as well. It's certified by JSA and it's also in the PSA DNA slab. There's the JSA Providence on the back. But the fact that it has the Atlantic City connection, it has that hobby history connection, because you can't get any bigger than Willie Mays, kind of arguably one of the greatest baseball players of all time. And he's a big part of the hobby. He did a ton of shows in the 80s and the 90s, kind of a staple for the card show circuit. And the fact that this is a local tie with Atlantic City, just, I mean, it's an AC Willie. How many of these have you seen before? And it was definitely priced to sell. Willie Mays' autograph is, in my opinion, really expensive. I've been looking for quite a while at the National. I was looking for one. The cheapest one I found at the National was like $250, but was able to get this for $180, and just really, really thrilled about that. So the AC Willie, the best outfielder of his generation, arguably one of the best players of all time. So I'm just really thrilled to add that into the collection. I was over the moon with that one. Then next, I was walking around. I didn't really expect to buy much more. Found this in a showcase. I really thought it was priced wrong. I always negotiate prices. But like I told Reese, this was only priced for $10. It's in a magnetic. The magnetics cost like $3 to $4, depending on who you buy them from. So I just didn't even negotiate. I just bought this for $10. This is from 2023 Archive Signatures. On-card autograph of Hall of Famer Ted Simmons. So I didn't even bother to negotiate there. I just paid sticker price because, I mean, am I really going to haggle when the card is already in magnetic? I feel like it's underpriced to begin with. Just here, take my $10, take my Alexander Hamilton, and I'll take this Hall of Fame autograph into the collection. So I've got that. And the final card, there was a dealer in the one section of the Philly show by the kids area that just had so much non-sports stuff. Presidential, Civil War, famous Americans, Napoleon, world leaders, just a lot of really, really cool and oddball type of non-sports. And when I saw he had Civil War stuff, I made a beeline to see if there was any General Grant or General Sherman. I was talking to Andrew Nuffseg Cards at the National about General Sherman and General Grant cards. And Sherman in particular, they're out there, but they don't really pop up too much. But I found this really great Heroes of History, the Royal Bengals Little Cigars tobacco card. I believe this is from 1911, General Sherman, with the March to the Sea. So just really, really beautiful artwork on that card. One of our greatest all-time military generals. There is some paper loss on the back here. I didn't notice it at the show. Well, I did notice it a little bit at the show, but I didn't notice down here. But it's definitely, there's some paper loss here. There's some paper loss here. So when I bought it, I was hoping for an SGC 3. I think this might get maybe like a 2 now, 2.5. But the other ones that he had there were really creased. He had one that was an absolute beater. Was creased, rounded corners, all paper loss in the back. I was joking with the dealer, probably survived the burning of Atlanta. But just a really, really awesome card. Definitely going to get this graded by SGC. So stay tuned to see what kind of grade this card gets. But can't beat this type of... I really kind of dig American history, especially military history. And been trying to focus in more on the Union generals, like Grant and Sherman. But some of that stuff is pretty pricey, and when it does pop up, it doesn't pop up as often. But happy to add this into the collection. So that's all I got for you guys. That's my recap from the Philly show. Yeah, it was a great time. If there's ever a card show in your area, definitely go. And that's all I got for you. So have a great one. Enjoy this holiday season and have fun with the hobby. Peace.